one may feel that I am pushing the earth and all. So Sattva Gun is purity, is peace, is happiness, is quietude, is like a state of meditation, supreme satisfaction, contentment, joy, faith, love, compassion. These are all expressions of Sattva Gun. And this Sattva Gun doesn't like or is opposed to Rajogun and Tamogun. Sattva Gun looks at Rajogun and says, "Kahan idhar bhag dod karte rehta hai, khamaka. What are you looking for in all this world, trying to become happy, run after money, wealth, name, fame, this, that and all? Dhyan karo thoda. Shanti andar hai, bahar nahi hai." So, Sattva Gun opposed to Rajogun and Sattva Gun is opposed to Tamogun. Tamogun is darkness, Tamogun is ignorance, Sattva Gun is light, Sattva Gun is knowledge. So, very interesting, these three gunas which are the expression of this Prakriti, means Prakriti is this threefold tendencies itself is called Prakriti. Sattva, Raja and Tama is called Prakriti. When it is in perfect balance, when they have opposed to each other, when they are balanced, the whole world comes to an end, it dissolves. Because they negate each other. It is like matter and antimatter. Even in science, they talk about this matter, antimatter, and it's like 1 and -1. What happens if they come together? They become 0. Who becomes 0? -1 becomes 0 or 1 becomes 0? Both of them become 0. But when they are as though separated, one feels that they are existing, that they have a presence, that this whole thing is a play of these numbers. See, I used to have this mathematics, algebra, and that time actually I did not understand this algebra, and now I know that I don't understand algebra. But one thing, very, very strange, I could really, first time when it was given, that we were given this, I think, simultaneous equation, I don't know what, but some 2x plus 5y plus this 10z equal to 0. Then this is this, that is that, that is this equal to 0. I said, 0 तो इतना छोटा सा है यहाँ पर, इतना लंबा चौड़ा and equal to 0. But it looks so much substantial. A is there, X is there, X के ऊपर भी 2, 3 कुछ लिखा हुआ होता है, प्लस है, माइनस है, ब्रैकेट में है, ब्रैकेट के ऊपर है. So all these things are there, but ultimately it's equal to 0. It is so sad. Similarly, this is very interesting. Prakriti also is equal to 0. Maya equal to 0. Maya is not there. Ya Masa Maya. And that is Bhagwan's great power, we say. Power of 0. Power of nothing. From that nothing, he creates this world. He sustains this world and again dissolves this world. The world has come from God, but world is nothing. It is a play of nothing and just disappears into nothing. So this Prakriti, which is Sattva Gun, Rajogun, Tamogun, they just negate each other and they become 0. But when they are in a state of imbalance, when they are in equilibrium, in a state of inequilibrium, the whole play appears to be there. It appears to be there. So when the right amount of amount of Sattva Gun arises, then the Tamogun and Rajogun dissolves, and finally the Sattva Gun also merges, and one gets established in one's own self. We will see it, the beauty of it. So Sattvam, Rajas, Tama iti Gunaha, Prakriti Sambhavaha. Bhagavan says these are the gunas. Gunas are also called strings. Nowadays the science says that the whole world is nothing but vibration. They are the little as though the strings vibrating. See, even what we call solid is not solid. It's just electrons vibrating at a tremendous speed. It appears solid. Like our fan, when it is moving with full speed, it appears like a disc. But it is not a disc. There are three blades are there, but it appears like a disc. And it behaves like a disc. If you throw a ball and all, it will not go on the ceiling. It will come down. It will hit the... It behaves also like a disc. It appears like a disc, but it is not a disc. Similarly, the objects of this world behaves like a solid, appears like a solid, but is not solid. This is what science is saying. It's all play of electrons, protons, neutrons, appearances. Appearances. And also what are these particles and all? You can only talk about it as tendencies. Where a particle will be, you can just talk about its possibility, that it can be here somewhere. It's very strange. So, because the Prakriti itself is strange. And the science is discovering this strangeness in the world by their various experimentation. They keep discovering this strangeness, which our Rishi Munis have said, that it is strange, Baba. If you combine together, it will be equal to 0. It will be equal to 0. So, Sattvam, Rajas, Tama iti Gunaha Prakriti Sambhavaha. So, these are the tendencies of Prakriti. So, all these 24 tattvas, they are Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. The 5 elements are Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. The 5, subtle elements as well as gross elements are of these 3 gunas. The 5 senses are Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. Our eyes, they can be Sattvic, very bright, very, very clear, grasping whatever is seen clearly. Or it can be Rajasic, like going around here and restlessly. Or Tamasic, आँख खोल के देखो, हाँ कहाँ है? Tamasic, like. So our senses are these 3 guna, and they are not all the time same. They keep on changing their proportion. Sometimes it's Rajasic, sometimes Tamasic, sometimes predominant. So all these 3 are always there, but their proportion differs. The 3 are always there, their proportion differ. So our body is also made up of these 3 gunas. The mind. So we cannot understand the body or the senses so much, but the effect of these 3 gunas on our mind is more understood, or it's more expressed in the scriptures also. So we experience tamogun as sleepiness, laziness, forgetfulness, carelessness, lethargy, and this. Also emotion like sadness, depression. These are all tamasic. Depression, bad guys. Sorrow is there, but sorrow में ही निवास स्थान कर लेता है एकदम. Sorrow में settle हो जाता है, बैठ जाता है. That is called depression. That is also tamasic. Then Rajasic, we have Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Abhiman, Dambha, Darpa, all this vibrant passion and anger and this and that and ambitions. See, action, they are action oriented. Therefore, Karma Yoga is utilizing this action for positive purpose. You cannot stop the action. When the Rajogun is there, you cannot stop it. So the only thing we can do is use it for better purpose. Like a soldier, like our Kshatriya, our Arjuna was a Kshatriya. So his energy is there, he is Rajoguni, he wants to fight. But when that is utilized for better purpose, it is good for the society. Otherwise that fellow might become Gunda. A Gunda is also a Kshatriya. He is also Kshatriya. क्या समझता है? कितने आदमी थे and all this. So he's a Kshatriya. Little Sattva is also there, he wants to know knowledge. But mainly Rajogun. It's quite fun actually. I like Vedanta is quite humorous. A lot of humor is there in our life also, but it has to be seen properly. So, where was I? So this Rajogun and Tamogun and Sattvagun, they are there in our mind. We can experience. And when we are overpowered by Sattvagun, suddenly the person behaves differently. The mind behaves differently. Not because the mind has become different, but because it is now under the sway of Sattvagun. Like when we go to satsang. This satsang, when we go, a sattvic environment is created. It is like you go to where the spring season is there. So whatever seed and whatever roots you have, whatever plants are there, it will start blooming. It will start booming. Because potentially it is there in you. Only thing, you didn't give it chance to bloom. You didn't give it spring season. So goodness is there in us. We don't have to create goodness. What we have to create is a sattvic environment for that goodness to flower. Nobody is bad. Potentially everyone is good. Everyone is sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. Potentially everyone is a big number one bad person also and a good person also. Therefore in our Puranas there are stories, even that like Jay and Vijay, they were the Parshadas, the sevaks of Bhagwan Vishnu. And to get that job is not very simple. They have to go through so many tests. First test, second test, 4 or 5 tests they have to give till they are selected. How they walk, how they talk, how they... I think so. I don't know the details. But the Jay and Vijay, they were the Parshadas. They were the sevaks of Bhagwan Vishnu. They became Ravan and Kumbhakarna. They were cursed, they misbehaved, they became Ravan and Kumbhakarna, which is the other end, totally tamasic. From sattvic to tamasic, we just move like a pendulum. Maybe even a lifetime, in one lifetime one may be totally sattvic. In another lifetime that fellow may be totally tamasic. Again about this Ravan also, it is another story is there where in this previous lifetime he was a very sattvic person, some king and all. And then in next lifetime he became tamasic. So these tendencies are there. So when we go to satsang, when we pray, when we meet a Mahatma, when we go to a holy place, when we go to a ashram or a tirtha kshetra and all, then we are going into a sattvic environment. So we have to just be in that sattvic environment. So whatever sattvic seeds are there within me, it will start blooming, it will start growing. Automatically, you don't have to do anything. It just comes out. That is the power of this satsang, power of being in touch with those appropriate gunas. Even a person who is sattvic, he is made to be in a rajasic environment and all. After some time, that fellow become rajasic. You go to Mumbai and all, you might be very laid back and aram se and all. But once you go there and all and come to know about the local timing and local का वो 10 मिनट में 10:01 में fast train है, and if you miss then other train is at 11 o'clock, then you rush like anything and then you catch hold of the seat and you, You have no hurry, but somehow the whole thing becomes hurry, worry, worry, worry. If you go to a village where everything happens very calmly, you ask someone, अरे वो ठाकुर साहब का घर कहाँ है? मैं आता हूँ आपको बता देता हूँ. That fellow leaves his job there. He was doing something, looking after the cow and all. He says, मैं बता देता हूँ. He walks with you 2-3 kilometers. ये ठाकुर जी का घर है. Then he walks back. Everything happens in a very slow motion. Some actually, even now, there are certain villages so slow, ekdam life moves very slow. I remember in my childhood and all, we used to go to our village. Life used to go so slow. कितनी देर हो जाती थी, ऐसा लगता था बहुत देर हो गई, लेकिन the घड़ी will not move. Everything will be very slow. And you come to the city, the life is moving so fast. Before we know, the days go by. Diniyaminiyo sayam pratah shishira vasantav punarayatah kalakredati gacchati ayuhu tadapi namunchati ashavayuhu. The time goes very fast. So this is all play of the gunas which is happening in our mind. There is no such thing called mind. There is only the gunas playing, which expresses as different types of thoughts. So these three gunas together are nothing, but when they are in different combination, they express as different types of feelings and thoughts, which we call our mind. Which we call our mind. Like for example, if I have a torch and at night in the dark room, I move that torch, or agarbatti, lighted agarbatti, it will make different shapes. I make a circle, I make different types of shapes and line and this and that. And somebody is sitting there far behind, he is looking at that, and he will say, oh, there is a circle there, there is a line there, there is a string, there are different shapes are there. But really speaking, there is only one that dot of light is there, which plays to make different shapes and size. Similarly, really speaking, these three gunas are there. Their play creates different emotions, different thoughts, different. It's like our computer. It's nothing but all electrons. But same electrons create different images, create different sound, create different pictures, and all those things are created. They're nothing but just electrons floating around here and there. Even our television set, it's a fast vibrating light only which creates the different images. Otherwise, there's nothing, there's no substantial person there you can catch hold of. Similarly, these three gunas vibrating is called the world. All the 24 tattvas are nothing but play of these three gunas. Guna guneshu vartante. It's most fascinating. So as long as this Prakriti is playing, these three gunas are playing, and this Purusha is watching it, and together the whole play is going on. Together the play goes on. So Purusha is watching this Prakriti, and the whole play is going on. But what happens? Because of its close association and all, the Purusha tends to identify with the Prakriti. Purusha is I, Prakriti is is in front. But I identify with it and start considering myself as this Prakriti. And that is what is called the bondage. The Purusha as though gets bound to Prakriti. As though, not really, but as though get bound to Prakriti means as though get bound to this